Yo, I put it like wow, this that sound. These oaks don't work hard like me, I hope they know by now. Bayo Bab, stand my ground. Bro, these money trees go overseas like Percy Tau. I make sure you stay around, quiet when I'm under loud. No negatives allowed, me and positivity took a vow. I always play to win, don't anticipate loss. Mind always in the clown, my boy. Never think about the drop, never ever ever think about the drop.
Welcome to it, sports fans. It is the MKT Show. A day for all the big clubs to be on television. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, that's when you want to play football. That's the big leagues. That's the Champions Leagues. That's for real. That's where Arsenal will never be within the next decade. That's a real thing. I don't think that's hating. Ladies and gentlemen, joining me, a man who has fallen in love with his football club again. Somebody came from Madeira, Portugal, and has relit the flame. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, handsome face, combed hair today, Senzo Sitera.
It was combed yesterday, so I don't know what you're saying. But besides that, dude, I haven't really fallen in love with them. I was always in love with them.
What happened?
You know, when somebody lets themselves go. They needed to go rediscover themselves.
So, did you guys go on that? You know, people go on like couple retreats too.
We had to go to therapy, you know. Had to rekindle the spark. We had to find out, you know, want to rediscover each other, as they say.
So what's happening today, pal? How are you feeling? Champions League, we're back in the mix.
We're out there. We're out there as well.
Yeah.
Serious clubs play on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, right?
Yeah. No, so it's
Manchester
United, Manchester City, Liverpool, Chelsea Football Club.
Yeah, but there's a blockbuster fixture there in the Champions League. Did you see it?
What's that?
Bayern Barca.
Is that tonight?
Yeah, it's tonight.
That's tough. It's past my bedtime. I'll have to catch the highlights in the morning. But wow, that is. So are Bayern gonna have to pay for Barcelona's plane trip? How are Barcelona paying?
No, it's at the Nou Camp.
Oh, okay. So who's paying for the bus trip?
Bayern, like, don't worry about it.
Well, the Oliver Kahn just comes there.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
We'll put ourselves up for.
Isn't that the boss move at a dinner? I don't know if you've ever been in that position. I'm unfortunately not wealthy enough to do that. But the boss move is you just go out with mates or couples, whatever, you know, with friends. Mm-hmm. And then everyone's sitting down. You do the classic, I've paid already. And then the waiter, I don't know if you've ever done this, but have you ever been with a groot man who does that whole move? That's the power move of all time. It's the
power move.
Yeah, big time restaurants as well. Not like Spur, you know, where it's $50 for everyone's meal.
Yeah, he says, don't worry about it.
That's Oliver Kahn right now.
That's when they're flexing on you guys.
Yeah.
They're like, bro, don't worry.
That's Bayern Munich tonight to Barcelona. Say, relax, save your money for, you know.
Save your money for your water bill.
Because the rainy day's here. You know, they always say.
It came hard.
Barcelona, what a mess.
Quagmire.
Wowie. All right, plenty to talk about. Boy, oh boy. Huge news. A man who put a dagger in the heart of everybody from Liverpool, including James Jimbo Ilsley. Demba Ba has retired from football. Who can forget that famous Steven Gerrard slip, and that he didn't show any remorse whatsoever. So, as a Chelsea fan, Demba Ba, shout out Steven Gerrard. James, just your thoughts. Demba Ba, obviously somebody who, unlike, he's got something that Liverpool will never have, really, or Gerrard wouldn't, which is a title mentality. And Demba Ba, of course, that great moment. Just your thoughts, Steven Gerrard slipping and you possibly crying in the fetal position at night.
It actually did make me incredibly sad, I'm not going to lie to you. Because it was one of those moments where I genuinely, as did most Liverpool fans, I thought we were winning the Premier League that season. And then we didn't. And then I ended up crying in the shower for about 3 hours. I actually took a chair with me into the shower, and I sat there in my own disappointment.
You know what, the best way to do it is you shower so long that the water, obviously you're saving water now, but back then when the earth had enough water and we weren't burning everything to make our lives more enjoyable, is that it's good that the water goes from hot and comfortable to cold. So it actually feels like Steven Gerrard slipping because it's from comfort, and then you go straight to the mire as the water gets colder and colder, and you're sitting in an uncomfortable chair. Probably would, knowing you, or cheap plastic, you're uncomfortable anyway. So that's tough.
Look, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm quite certain that experience made me who I am today.
Okay. All right. Cool. Let's move past that. That is what that is. James is who he is. Shout out to him, living his best life. Coming up on the show, James Rodriguez, Glory Boys, plenty of that.
Okay, get ready with
Can a Glory Boy still work in football?
The
That's James in the background that you can hear there. Because guys behind the glass are still, having a natter. James, I thought I thought you guys would sort of mute the mic so we don't hear you whinging about Demba Ba.
Hey man, I'm the visual guy, bro. I didn't do the audio.
Okay, so you just shift the blame to someone else.
Just a quick one.
It's easier, you know?
Yeah.
Just a quick one. SW Burger says, "Sup, my boys? Quick one. I was listening to yesterday's show and need to correct MKT because it was annoying. Max Verstappen is Belgian Dutch, not Austrian. That is all. Let's talk sport."
I thought my guy was born in Austria.
Apparently he's Belgian.
Okay. I think he's got a Belgian parent, but he was born in Austria. That I know for sure.
Guys, do you know we have a device that can tell us all the answers?
Yeah, we do. I mean, Max Verstappen. All right, Mr. Berger, that could be correct. And I may be wrong. Maybe he wasn't born in Austria and I'm wrong. And it's all wrong. You know? Maybe nothing.
Nah, he was born in Belgium.
Born in Belgium.
Haslet. Belgium. Belgique.
Oh, there you have it. Mr. Berger, absolutely correct there. Max Verstappen, a man who tried to kill Lewis Hamilton, but failed in the end because of technology. We've got plenty coming up. James Rodriguez, the Champions League. We'll go through every single group. We'll do social media. That and much more coming up on the other side, the MKT Show.
I need to address this growing concern of Portuguese excellence. I feel like I'm in a Portuguese Wakanda. Portuguese people are just advanced beyond the rest of the human civilization. I have to sit there and watch Ronaldo, the one man, what do they call him? A walking work of art, being all Hollywood, scoring goals. And then Bruno Fernandes scores a goal that like my brain can't even comprehend how the physics of that goal. Bernard Silva scoring winning goals for City. Wolves. You know how in the Olympics you get the refugee team? That's like what Wolves are for Portuguese in the Premier League. Wolves win their first game. In Spain, Gonzalo Guedes on form is probably as good as Memphis. So probably joint best player in La Liga. Italy, Rafa Leao, it was Zlatan's comeback, but Rafa Leao scores the goal of the game. Mourinho, Roma, 1,000 games in charge, 95th minute winner. There goes Mourinho down the touchline, running faster than Matic ever ran while he was playing for Mourinho. Steals the headlines. In Portugal itself, Sporting Porto this weekend, with two young coaches that are as advanced, as exciting, as adept, as progressive, as modern as any coach you can find in Europe today. Emerging young coach. I mean, that's the future of football. I watch those two. We're even winning COVID. Portugal is the most advanced, the most vaccinated country in the world. 80% of adults vaccinated. We're doing all the things, and I don't get it. I'm feeling very uncomfortable because it highlights my own inefficiencies, and I don't like that. And I think all these Portuguese overachievers need to be more like Nuno Espirito Santo, because that's our way. Low profile entry, no one gives you much of a chance, and then you achieve beyond everyone's expectations, top of the league. Plus, say Harry Kane. And then just when all the pressure is on you, you collapse, you fall over in a heap. That's the Portuguese way. And that's what I support. I need to address this.
That the voice of Paulo Diaz, a man who we know cannot stand the sight of any Portuguese person doing well at all. Diaz, of course, maybe the most Portuguese surname in the world. So, Portuguese people doing well this weekend, ruining Paulo's entire weekend. So, shout out to Paulo. Shout out to him for keeping it real. Senzo, I don't know if you can speak enough about it. Cristiano Ronaldo bringing it back and doing all the right things.
And man, Dream re-debut.
Yeah.
Let me put it that way.
Why do people say second debut? You can only debut
You once, exactly.
You know?
Dream comeback. Let me put it that way.
It is the dream comeback. 2 goals. It's bringing in it. How long is it going to take you to buy the shirt? You can buy the original. Just go to, Monte Casino or whatever, where they have the fakes and they charge you the original prices.
I'm not too sure.
You do need the Ronaldo shirt, though,
Yeah.
don't you? Because this will be a collector's item in 10 years' time.
Of course.
Because, you know, everyone's going to say, I'm not going to buy it. They'll have it next season. He might leave end of the season because Man United might not make the Champions League. And we've seen what he does. He ain't about that life. Okay. So you bet Real Madrid might be a collector's item. Yeah, I'm saying, my man.
I like what you did there.
You see what I did there?
Your negative energy shall not prosper.
Not today.
You'll be there. Okay. After we lift it, you're gonna say, "Boy, I want more. I want a taste of that."
Yeah.
Again.
So, dude, yesterday you said the most magical words, and I do get excited when you talk about some of the TV shows that are on.
Yeah.
I actually forgot the name of the show, and my cousin guessed it immediately when I was chatting to her yesterday. It's the same one who's now dating a guy who wears cavelas and whatever. But I don't want to get into that. I'm trying to one trauma at a time.
Sure.
So she said she's seen it. The papgeld one.
Yeah.
What's it called?
No excuse, pay geld.
No excuse, pay papgeld, and she really got into it for me.
What did she say? What was her feedback?
Yeah, no,
Or what was her thoughts on the show?
No, she said she's like into it, right? Because she's an accountant, so most of her life is incredibly boring. Very boring. So she likes that kind of trash just to turn off, you know? So for her, she said, yeah, no, it's electrifying stuff.
It is electrifying.
Yeah.
It's sensational.
So, and then she was just taking me into it. How, like, the guys will be already with another wife or with another person.
My boy, they'll fetch you in here. You see what we're shooting now?
Yes.
They'll come in here. No. We apologize. Muller, what's going on? The child has got no socks for school. Right, they'll storm your set. They don't care about your set.
Yes.
Tell you.
That is intense. So I remember when I was doing my thing in my 20s. And so I don't know if they were being serious or not, but there was a show called Kumbuleka back in the day. And because when I left, nobody knew where I was around the world for about 3 years.
What?
Yeah. No, it was a different scene. Plus, I had money back then. I played football. Who's going to tell me what?
Oh, well, on, boy.
Yeah, no, I was on. But so when I came back, like my cousins threatened if I don't come and visit, they're going to phone Kumbuleka. So, I mean, that is my...
But did they threaten you straight face?
No, for real. And my cousin, different cousin, the closer side, and I'm talking about a serious person here, not those cousins that are delinquents. No, someone who we look to her in troubled times when we've lost our rudder in our family.
Oh, she's the beacon
my
of light.
sister and her are the hope.
They're the beacon of light.
They are.
Beacons of light, sorry.
Absolutely. Our North Star, yeah. No, so someone's serious. So she's not coming with that energy like, you know, there's some family you just don't take serious.
Yeah.
Like, you're just hot air. Like, that's someone who, she's one of very few humans on earth I take seriously.
Sure.
So, yeah. But never happened. But, that is my nightmare. Like, do you think it's repairable with a family if they ever call you out on a reality show? Because
no, not that it's not repairable, but it's been coming. This is the last resort. This is the only way they'll get you to. Maybe if they mock you or they embarrass you in front of the whole world, maybe then you'll.
But I'm saying for you, like, let's just say, I don't know, because my thing is, I've told my whole family, if I ever get married, stay out and get up. You'll just meet. I'll bring the Dimkosa. So I mean, for all of my modern northern suburbs ways in Johannesburg, is I would still want to introduce somebody like that to the family.
Of course.
But who I'm marrying, you know how black families, I don't know if it's a black thing.
Interview.
They like to intervene now. Also, they want to tell you what
now you're all married to instead of you.
I don't want to know what you think of my wife. Just, do you support
Me
or
neither.
not? No, but people, you know how families are.
Sure.
People don't do that. Sure. She's like this. Is she Christian? Honestly, am I wrong, by the way?
It's not a team sport, as I said.
No, James, you come from an Afrikaans family, also very conservative. Generally, they do like to know what's happening with the family. Are you bringing a delinquent into the family? Just your thoughts on, do you think your family should you should introduce the wife or the girlfriend as you transition from sort of not married to married, that whole engaged process, blah, blah, blah? Or do you think you just like, hey, this is who I'm marrying, and I don't need to hear from you? Because I don't know what your family is like, but I do have Afrikaans friends, and they say it's very, very similar in that community. So just your thoughts, and how do you think your family would take it should you bring somebody home and say, hey, we're about to do that thing?
So I'm super fortunate to have grown up in a house where a lot of my family is super accepting about my sort of decisions when it comes to relationships and stuff. So it's always been like, hey, James, if you come home one day and say, this is my girlfriend, his name is Jim, that's fine. Like, that's something they've always made clear to, like, my brothers and I. So there hasn't really been that many, like, expectations in my family. But we have become sort of well-versed in knowing when a family member doesn't like one of our significant others.
Oh, okay. Well, hold on. Trouble in the camp there, because you were kind of going on a path like it's fine, whatever you do, but it sounds like it's not fine. So, I mean, what? So if they hate the girlfriend, well, what sort of, how does that go? I mean, you don't have to tell us what they'd say to her, but it's obviously happened to you. What do they say?
So they sort of they let you be and make your own mistakes.
Yeah.
But they will subtly make sure that we being like my brother or I, know that they don't like our significant other.
Now, your brother, it's interesting that you had to say that, is you've probably said something here you shouldn't have, is that he's engaged to his lady now. So if they've said anything now, that's a whole situation.
No. This is honestly, cross my heart, this is strictly past experiences.
Oh, okay. So it's
For
not
real.
about the person that he's definitely going to marry and move to Vietnam with. And
No.
now she thinks she's in the family. But actually, your mom's going, oh, her cooking is terrible.
No. The lady he's actually in Vietnam with is actually on our family WhatsApp group already. So like that's a thing. We fine. We're in the clear with that one.
So now wait, how long they've been together?
I think in his last year of varsity.
So years, 5, 6 years, 7 years.
Nah, I'd say probably 2 or 3 if I'm not mistaken.
Years?
Yeah, I think so.
And they're already engaged? Wait a minute, what?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a thing, huh?
I could be wrong though. I could be wrong.
Having said that, James, not sure if you know this as well, is it's interesting to me, the dynamics in South Africa, and maybe it's just, I don't know what it is, but, you know, like for me, I'm super liberal, so whatever, my parents are going to have to put up with it. I don't really care what their traditions are in that sense, but like white people, first date, you can bring her over and she's already in the kitchen putting her fingers on the casserole, like eating out of the fridge. So not sure if you know this, but most black families, there's none of that nonsense. If you're a boyfriend, you'll wait at the gate until you're somebody who is announced in the home that this human being's in the picture. Not sure if you know that, James. It's quite a different dynamic from your setup, I'd imagine.
Wait, whoa, hang on. So I'll go to my setup in a second. But what do you mean you wait at the gate until you were announced?
All right, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll let our heartthrob from Omonde maybe take this one over. Senzo, maybe you could explain to James that it ain't the same on the streets.
James, my boy, yeah, you'll wait outside. You're someone who doesn't matter. You're a non-starter. You know what I mean? You'll wait, and then whenever she's ready for you, she'll come outside, but not in her father's house.
Wait, and then you guys will like go out and do stuff? Or?
No, she's going out with a friend. As far
She's
as they're
going with a
concerned,
friend. Yeah, you're a non-starter. You don't exist. As far as you're, our kipanga, they call mahadi lowball. So like you don't matter. You know, your opinion doesn't hold any weight.
Yeah, so there's none of this. Hey Candy, what are you doing? It's my dad's 60th. Come over. None of that nonsense. That doesn't fly.
So you know what's really weird is it's exactly the opposite in, well, at least my sort of household. I don't want to speak for a whole group of people.
Yeah.
But like in my household and a couple of my sort of friends' households, so it all works similarly. And
Do you only have white friends?
no.
Okay.
You've knocked me off my track.
You throw him off, eh?
Okay, no, I was just asking. All right, James, I get it. Like, everyone's just moving on. Just so you know, that we live in two different worlds. Yeah, I'm saying.
Yeah, man.
We live in two different worlds.
But the thing is, like, because the thing is, you already don't want to piss off the dad because the dad knows, which, yeah, I was once young, and he's looking at you like, you little...
Yeah.
I know what you're doing, but it's okay. We'll speak about it man to man.
Yeah,
But it's awkward meeting your spouse's dad for the first time, especially if they're a woman.
Yeah.
For the first time, good yay.
That's tough. Listen, I do know. I mean, you are in a situation now. I do know the father of your previous relationship. Now that must have been something, because I do know the character in question, and he is not a man. He's not a man globally. I don't think anybody wants to negotiate against, because he is ice cold and he will look straight through you. And good for you for still being alive. I would imagine, because I know his eyes. He lives right down the road from me.
No, he's a chilled guy.
He is, but
yeah, you don't want to see that other side of him.
I mean, he's one of the most successful businessmen Africa has ever had in his industry. Maybe, him, Maponya, they kind of started the Black Revolution.
So, yeah.
Boy, oh boy. So you've been in that situation, huh?
Yeah. But, hey, man.
Yeah, I'm fortunate not to have ever really been in that. Just being liberal, is... Sure, I don't look forward to that. I hope you just get the cool dad. Just fist bump. We engaged already. Let's move on from this thing. I don't want to...
Engaged already.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but no, man. But my current dad now is very chilled. Like, he's very...
Yeah. Placid.
Like a guy.
Yeah?
Like a guy.
But did he give you those eyes like... did he do the check you out thing? Let's go for a beer, but...
No, he didn't check me out or anything. But, like, you always have to assume that you're on the clock whenever, you're with your spouse's dad.
That is true. James, around your before we get into the football, around your lady and the dad, what sort of relationship you got? You guys high-fiving, going out fishing, whatever? I don't know what white guys are up to out there, especially on the farm. Or is it more like, and then you keep your distance and you keep it moving?
It's actually super chill. Like, when I see him, shake hands, how you doing? Yeah, good, thanks. And you? Yeah, good. We speak a little bit about maybe work or something, and then we, go our separate ways.
Yeah, you just keep moving. That's probably the best, because what you don't want is, while you're in the dating process, not just you, is you don't want the father knowing who you are, kind of the whole thing, you know what I mean? Because it's a whole situation.
So I actually have a funny story about that. Can I share a story real quick?
Please do.
And I'm going to omit all names and ages and everything from it, right?
Sure.
I was in a certain age group at one point in my life.
Sure.
And there was this girl that I liked, and she liked me. And we were like, cool, sick. So the one day, she invited me to her house to go, hang out. So I went with her. Well, I didn't go with her. I went to her house. And we had, a really great time. And while I was there, she was like, yeah, this was great, but, I need to tell you one thing. And I was like, okay. And she said, yeah, I'm part of a very conservative family, so you need to ask my dad's permission to date me.
Yes.
And I was like, okay, vibes, sick. So... a couple of weeks went past, and we had made plans to make it happen or whatever. And so the one weekend I went there, and this was going to be the weekend that I was going to ask the question, right? And it was all super formal, right? This was the first time it's ever happened to me. Super formal. Sat down there, had lunch. Then after lunch, the dad was like, hey, James, let's go on a walk. And I was like, sick. This is the one, bro. So we went on a walk, and the dad asked me all of these super, super personal questions, right? About past relationships and my sex life and all of these other things. It was one of the most intense conversations I've ever had.
What are you talking about?
I swear to you. I promise.
How did that end? So did you eventually just, no, I can't date this is madness? Or?
No, we dated for a while. We went, I was going to ruin the whole thing. We dated for a while, and then, broke up.
Oh, things end. But I mean, that is so intense.
That's...
Yo, that is hectic. And were they religious, or was it just like...
Super.
So that's... I mean, Yeah. Okay, each to his own.
But like, did you ever tell that girl at the time that's what's like? Did you ever tell her about this conversation that happened, or did you just keep it between you and the father?
I decided it was probably a better move to keep it between me and the dad, and then I vented about the conversation to one of my best mates, and then we spoke about it, and we were both shook as to how he was asking whether I was a virgin or not, and my past relationships. Yeah, this guy was intense, bro.
What?
I promise you.
Okay, black or white?
No, I did.
Yo, that's hectic.
That's intense, bro.
That's hectic, Chief.
Bro. Out of if after that conversation, I would have pumped the brakes on like.
Nah.
Nah.
I don't know
Now
how
every
long-
time she's upset, now she's gonna run to her dad, and then the dad is like, "This is not what we spoke about." No, I'm out, bro.
Let's mix it for a little longer. Or I don't know how long ago that was. BBM. Were you on WhatsApp by then?
Yes, yeah.
All right, so let's WhatsApp a little longer,
Yeah,
babe.
let's-
Baby, I'm gonna hit you back. Let's
Ghosted.
You know what I mean? Let's,
Ghosted.
Let's just chat a little
Out
longer.
of ghosted her so hard.
And what you need to do there is, I need to work through some stuff because you don't want to make it about her. As
Yeah,
well.
yeah,
It's not her fault that her dad is a tyrant. Like what? That is crazy.
Jeez.
Okay, well, we live in a crazy world. I mean, let's.
Do you know who's dating? Who's the Robert De Niro and Meet the Parents?
Funny movie.
That's
The first one, they shouldn't have done more, but the first one, funny movie.
That's who. And James is Ben Stiller.
Where the guy's an FBI operative. Yeah, De Niro in that, he does the... Yeah, that's awesome. Funny movie, that.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have done the second one. All right. I'll tell you what, I want to talk a little bit about James Rodriguez. That's ended ugly again. Senzo, we got to move on from him, eh?
Nah,
Look,
yeah, but like I saw this. I saw this even when he went to Madrid. That this guy, it's all hype. You know, he was hot for 3 weeks of his career, and then got enough clout with that. But like, I don't know, man.
It's over, dude. I think the glory boy is done in football. Like, and you know what sucks is you have to say it about a guy who's insane talent. You have to be like Leo Messi production levels and that one season with Mesut Ozil at Real Madrid. Otherwise, you just can't carry a number 10 anymore.
Yeah.
Like, unless he's... And I think this is where ultimately Paul Pogba will have to make a call about defending's an attitude thing. It's not a talent thing.
Yes.
Is that he's a number 10 naturally. Like at France, no responsibility is... I don't know how much longer. Because look at Bruno now. Bruno's giving you that 18-10, 15-10 output, 15 goals, 10 goal assists output, going box to box.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can have Ozil anymore. You know who's really struggling with it? Ross Barkley.
Ross Barkley doesn't have. Where's he now?
He's
Did he
back
go
at Chelsea. Nobody would sign him. I mean, the guy's on like £200,000 a week. I just don't think anybody could carry that. But he's really struggling because he's not giving you 10 goals a season. You know?
You know what would have been a move for him? He should have gone back to Everton.
Nah, it's full now. Well, where's he going to play? Decore is better than him.
True.
You go
and
back.
that production.
No, he's out. And he's deep line. So again, I just don't know if the glory boy can exist anymore in system football. You know, unless, are you giving me Leo Messi output? That's all I need to know.
Exactly. No, you've hit the nail on the head. Yeah, because this is not sustainable.
And
have you seen his wages though? What he's on?
220, huh?
Yeah, at Everton.
But again, I think early on they were talking about obviously he's the pin-up child of South American football. Let's get him in-house. We want to go international. Blah blah blah.
Sure.
I get that, but that's ugly. That's ugly, and it actually in the end, it was never going to work with Rafa because Rafa we know does not tolerate that. You play in the system.
And the thing is, like now, when your coach is asking you to show more commitment, you know the writing's on the wall. If you have to publicly go out and say it, that what are you doing, dog? Show some more commitment.
Because if David Silva had to change his playing style, who's James Rodriguez to keep doing that? And you know, especially to come and kind of take weeks off.
Yeah, exactly.
Like if you're in pain, it's the Premier League, Chief. This is not Colombia. This is not La Liga where we're gonna give you a foot rub and make you feel better. This is Everton, and they're trying to go to the next level. Oh man, I mean, look how badly Juan Mata faded. It's not because Juan Mata's not technically brilliant, but when he was at his peak at Chelsea, I mean, player of the season 3 seasons in a row, we get that. Came to United, but because he just fell off the physical cliff so much, is that he needs babysitting.
Yeah.
I can't think of a footballer I'd want to babysit anymore outside of Messi, Ronaldo. The only 3, I've always said, There are only 3 people, even if I had all the money in the world, I would only in this era, or this past era, Arjen Robben, Cristiano Ronaldo, Leo Messi. Everybody else must track back. You just, unless you're giving me that output,
Sure.
and that danger factor, and they need to double you, there's no one else I would babysit. There's nobody else who can be just number 10. Recall my style. No way.
Sure.
So, James Rodriguez. Sad. Where's he going next?
Back to
Sundowns. Why didn't you say Sundowns?
back home.
Back home, eh? Colombia is a very nice place. Good weather, good food, great coffee, lots of drugs. I'm not saying he's going to take the drugs, but...
Hey, you'll never know. People are unhinged.
Well, why are you suggesting, why don't you turn it around and be positive about James? Maybe he's going to go home and
He's
build a
done.
school.
A school. The haircut like this.
What are you saying?
You know, it's about that life, boy.
Yes, if he moves back to South America. Oh, no, I don't want that for him. Protect, hashtag save Rodriguez. There's no way. There's no way. All right. Those are my thoughts on James Rodriguez. It's over. The glory boy cannot play in sort of global football anymore. It just can't happen. Ross Barkley, Ozil. No, we can't do it anymore. Mesut Ozil, it didn't work at Arsenal. And I'd love to know what people think. Juan Mata, brilliant pro, giving all of his money to children as well. I think it's 1% of his wages. Fantastic guy, but we just can't carry a number 10. All right, on the other side, big clubs, big things. We'll talk Champions League and the groups. Let's break that down. This is the MKT Show. You did it. You did it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, easy. Yeah, it's just, yeah.
They did it. They're here. You're here. I'm here.
We're all here.
Black makes you look good.
Thank you. It's slimming.
It is.
It's slimming. It's an illusion, dog.
That's awesome. Is
Yeah.
that slimming, huh?
Yeah.
It was land.
Yeah, it makes you look trim.
Yeah. And it's that time as well. Spring is out
Sure.
here. Listen, I went to a mentor's house. He lives in the most ridiculous house you could ever imagine. How do you describe Sandown to people who don't live in Africa?
Gee whiz.
Yeah, that's where he lives. Well, speaking of gee whiz, I mean, we'll come back to Sandown. Inter Milan have just released a kit. If you are not on YouTube with us, holy
And that's
smokes.
the one. It's the one. But Inter don't miss via kit.
Oh my goodness. That's that, what's the Dutch right back's name? He's just moved there now. They've got Perisic as the one guy. Perisic looks like the lead singer in an indie band with that curly hair, kind of mohawky kind of style. Terrific, of course, winger from Croatia. Unbelievable.
But I like the
kit.
message behind it as well. It's dope.
What is what
Equality,
is?
dog. It's the rights flag.
All right, so it is Inter drop
Or
their
pride
new
flag,
third kit. BR Football. Inter drop their new third kit, inspired by inclusion and equality. A lot of people might say it is hypocritical to have that in Italy, but okay, that is a step in the right direction. But my goodness, that kit is unbelievable.
Fire.
And I am an Inter fan. There is a good chance I may be eating beans and toast for the rest of this month because I may have to order this one immediately.
I am 100% an Inter fan right now. I am.
Yeah, look.
That's unbelievable, that kit.
it's hot.
Dude, all of their kits this season are
hot.
just straight fire.
No, but James, this is the next level. Folks, if you're not on YouTube, I don't even know what to do right now. I'm, as they say on the streets, I'm shooketh.
Nah, it's hot.
That is wild. All right, great stuff there. That's magnificent. James, we do have a message, obviously on the tweet. Or is it on Twitter or is it on the...
It's on YouTube.
on the YouTube
Yeah,
comments.
on the YouTube
this one's for you, Jimbo. Go ahead there. Sends us a thebi.
So James, Zapeta Ngaba says, in the black world, James, you only matter when you shop for the wedding. Only when you're officially the husband. Even after you've paid lobola, you still don't matter as the boyfriend/fiance, that is. Which is 100% true.
So it's only after, like, the ceremony or what?
Chief, once, let me put it this way. Once the daughter is not the problem of the dad anymore.
So what do you
Once
reckon?
you put a ring on it, my G.
So, and that's not enough. Like Zapeta saying is putting a ring on it is one thing. Until you are, because the husband, you're not the husband until, because I know how white people are. Let's all go on holiday together. Come skiing. You can come over to my house and sleep in my bedroom. Like, I know that's the whole thing. Chief, hey.
My boy, fiance, you could be the fiance. My boy, go to your fiance's house. Trust me, you're sleeping in separate beds on the opposite side of the house.
Or even, why is he sleeping here?
Honestly, yeah, exactly. Go book a hotel. You can sleep here, but he
Yeah.
must go book a hotel.
But James, I know. Go ahead, James.
I'm shooketh. That's intense.
Let's
bro.
hear it. What are you thinking? Hey, first date. Hey, Mom, this is Cindy. She's
Yeah.
coming with us to our holiday home.
Oh.
First date.
Whoa. So there is the line, right? So I know we've had this conversation outside of the show before, right?
Sure, go ahead.
So it's not always, hey, Mom, here's Cindy. She's coming with us to St. Francis in December. You sort of have to gauge by yourself and around your mates whether she's you're able to include her on a family holiday for 3 weeks.
No, I love what you've done there. Let's get straight into some of the grey areas there. Give me one factor. Say you see it on the first 3 or 4 dates, maybe family lunches. What might turn you off a lady and bringing her with to St. Francis, hypothetically, or wherever your family would go? Like, what's a no-no for you, James? I mean, it's tough because you might say something that your lady does and you're trying to get her to change. So maybe I shouldn't put you in that situation.
No. I'm not that dumb. I'm dumb, but I'm not that dumb.
You said it.
I think if she talks a lot,
What?
like a lot,
What do you mean?
like just like you don't always have to add to what's. You can, it's cool, but like you don't always have to, you know.
But what if she's nervous? Because
Yeah.
sometimes people who don't talk a lot compensate the other way because maybe they've heard from you, right? Your parents have heard, oh, she's quite quiet, and you know she's quiet. But now they get in front of your parents, and let's be honest, the women are always on interview, right? That's just how the world's set up. Is that like, is she ladylike? Whatever that means. I don't know what it means. You know, is she? And then if she's quiet, you know what your parents are going to say. Oh, she's very quiet.
Yeah, so I have so many stories, but
Oh, let's hear it. Do you have another story? No, let's... James, please, now you have to tell us. This is not the time to get shy. You have to tell us.
Okay, before I tell the story, I just have to say that I have made a lot of poor choices in my life.
That doesn't shock anybody who's ever watched this show in the last 6 months. So go ahead. Yeah, we knew that already.
So, again, I'm going to omit time
Yes,
periods.
this must be juicy.
And names and all of those things from the story. So, this girl was not liked at all by a large percentage of my family, but because I'm James
And your vibes.
and I'm vibes and I'm like, you know, give everyone a chance and like, you know, I'm that guy, right? Not everyone's bad in the world. I'm that person.
Okay, but what did your family say? So give us some of the warning signs. What did they spot?
It was almost like I was on my parents' bad side for the entire period that I was dating this girl.
Yes, but what
What
happened?
was wrong
And
with
then
her?
What did they see? So forget, it's not just about you. What did your mom say to you? Like, oh,
No, but that's the thing. So that's what I was going to say, right? I was almost on the bad side of both my parents for the entire time we were dating, and then after we stopped dating, things were just fine again. But that's the thing. So they wouldn't say anything, but whenever she was around or she came over or I went out to her, there would be looks or, you know, she would try and introduce herself and it would be met with not such a warm welcome.
so I mean, she's your ex. You can tell us now. What didn't they like? Was she ugly? Was she a terrible human? Did she have 6 fingers? I mean, what was the story? Unless you're planning to get back together with her once your beautiful lady from now dumps you, like, why won't you just say?
Yeah, what was wrong with her, James?
I plead the fifth.
But I don't get it.
You can't do that, James.
And also, why wouldn't you say it? If you're in a relationship now.
Yeah.
I mean, God forbid it ends, but from the sounds of things, obviously your lady's kept up her looks. She could probably upgrade, right? You and I both know that. So let's hope that doesn't happen.
Brutal.
I hope that doesn't happen, right? Like, to be clear. But why can't you say it? Because you already broke up with that person. Who cares how she feels? Unless you're keeping a door open, and then that's putting your current relationship in a bit of a situation.
I'm not saying... I'm not saying it because I'm keeping the door open. Wait.
Yes, I know what you're
reason
saying.
I'm not saying it is because it's A, super complicated, B, you shouldn't talk about it in the first place, and C...
So she was just a terrible person, huh?
Yeah, and the thing is, like, my parents saw it before I did, like, way before I did, and they were just, like, the welcomes to the house were not warm at all.
Yeah, the problem, and I've always said
What
this.
was wrong with her?
No, she's a terrible human, and he can't say it. That's fine. I mean, but the thing is, when you're 18, 19, 20, I've always said guys are the most vulnerable between about 13 and 23 because it's just testosterone. If she is mildly good looking and she looks your way, it's all over. And James was caught up in that spin. And now you get in a very awkward situation because most relationships, every relationship, and it'll happen to James, it'll happen to everyone. If you're fortunate enough to have a mother that's still alive, everything, once you get married, is a competition between your girlfriend or your new wife and your mother.
Absolutely.
And that dynamic is always going to be fractious.
But my question is, do you think your mom's more often than not right about the person you date?
Yes.
The earlier in life, yes. I
Yes.
would say the earlier in life, absolutely. Because, and again, moms are not objective. Because nobody else in the world, if it's your biological mother, they're never objective. Because nobody has that connection, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Hey, you stayed 9 months rent-free. We ate food together for 9 months. Nobody will ever have that relationship.
I'm your day -1.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So James, I mean, it's tough with mums, and it might sound sexist, because they're not objective people. They're just like, I want to protect you until you're dead or I'm dead.
So that's actually the thing. You've said a couple of times on the show, or you've tried to force the friction between my mom and my current girlfriend.
Yeah.
On the show multiple times. There's genuinely nothing there. But with this situation that I just explained to you, it was all out on the field, guys. It was just...
James, I've got some bad news for you, pal. And I hate to be the person to have to break this to you. See, what you're looking for is tension that you can see. What's happening in the background. And it's not your mom's fault. But I'm just telling you, trust me, fam, is that relationship will always be fractious. Not because your mom's a terrible person or your girlfriend's a terrible person.
It's just the way it is.
It's just what it is. Because your mom always wants you to marry somebody like her. Like, there's nothing she can do about that. It's like, obviously, I kept them safe. this is what he should marry.
If you could marry your mother and if it wasn't frowned upon, your mom would say, no, let's just do this thing.
Oedipus, son. Oedipus.
Yeah.
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 But I'll tell you who'll tell you the truth when it comes to that thing, when it comes to your girlfriend.
Yes.
Your brother. Your brother will let you know like what it is. If your brother doesn't like whoever you're dating,
Yeah.
run for the hills. Because if you have your sister, if it's your sister, if your girlfriend's hot, your sister will feel threatened.
That's true, always.
You know what I mean?
That's not sexist. That's not a sexist thing to say. Good-looking women cannot stand the sight of each other.
But your brother, if your brother doesn't like your girlfriend,
Yeah. It's
Boy.
game over. And also your.
So wait, you're saying, yeah, it's game over, but did your brother also warn you that you're dating Satan's spawn or not?
So that's the thing, right? Your mom or your parents can or will sometimes sort of play nice around the whole situation, right? Just to not add conflict or stir the pot or whatever it is. But if your sibling or your brother doesn't like your significant other, like he'll make it known in front of you, in front of them, in front of 8 other people. Like, I think that's...
Oh, did that happen to you? That sounds like a personal
no, but your brother,
biography story there.
No.
your brother will tell you.
James, you are lying. Your brother has told you there and you've not listened to him. Now tell me the setup. Is it at a restaurant? What happened? Was she over at a family lunch? How did that happen, James? That is incredible. I'm not letting that one go. What happened and why didn't you listen? So your brother obviously comes and goes, who's this crazy? You can fill in the rest. I just want to hear from James. What happened? I'll tell you what, James. Was it at a restaurant or a family lunch thing? Where your brother said, this woman's crazy.
It was at... it was at a birthday at my house.
Oh, so, no, because then he can keep it real for real. Because
Yeah.
he's at his house
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
And you still didn't listen,
Yeah,
huh?
and he made it real.
Oh, did he call her out?
Yeah, he mentioned what she had done in the past, but not her name.
Keep on my file.
It was kind of like that. It was that thing of, I'll always be there for you, even if, and then directly mentions what's happened in the past.
And had she done that to you, or he
Yeah.
just...
Black. Yeah.
No, because it's a fact, bro. Do you know what your brother will do? Especially if you and your brother are, let's say, 2-3 years apart. Your brother will tell Bruyne, now she's not there where she could be there. This girl's whack. My boy, I tried to coach you, but this girl's whack. And then him and his mates and your mates laughing at you. Now you're the topic of discussion. But isn't it, Mom? Look, she's whack. She sucks. My boy, I've been telling you to leave her alone. But to each his own. Your brother won't pull punches. Your sister will try to be nice.
Yeah.
But you know... But your brother will say, nah, she's whack.
Yeah.
He doesn't care how hot she is. Nah, boy, she sucks. Throw that thing away. He'll tell you. Your brother will tell you, dog.
James, you should have listened, dog. Save yourself
but
the
that's
heartache.
the thing. You're young and you think you know better, and
Little did you know. Shout out Tristan Ilsley right there.
Dog,
My man.
I'm telling you, you're like, your brother won't tell you because your brother, you're a reflection of them.
Yes.
Because your brother doesn't want to have a whack older brother.
Yeah.
And you don't want your older brother doesn't want you, like, this guy came after me. Did I not teach him anything?
Hey, but we're talking about real life here because this doesn't stop like just because you're 18, 19. This is real life all the way,
Of
right?
course.
someone in the comments said, James seems like a therapist's dream patient.
James, I do have to say you are all over the place, and it's an incredible thing to. I tell you, people who don't know, is James is maybe the most wide open human in the world. I mean, it is quite interesting to watch him live the world as though it's built for him and it'll go well, like a Mario game. You know,
Yeah.
In a Super Mario game, if you jump in the right place, regardless of what the opposition or those crazy mushrooms do, they can't hurt you. James lives it like that, and shout out to him for always thinking he's going to get the mushroom and he's going to save the princess at the same time. He just lives wide open, so shout out to James.
Because the thing is, like, guys, these dynamics, guys, this thing happens for real. Your mother will not be happy with anybody unless it's her, right?
100%.
Your sister won't like your girlfriend if she's hot.
Yes.
Your dad is like, your dad doesn't like to doesn't like to involve himself in your home affairs. But your brother, if you're dating somebody whack, trust me, before your brother is your mate that tells you, that lays it down for you. Because what are you going to do to your brother?
James.
You'll tell your brother, say, no, I hit on her and she wanted me. Your brother will even tell you that. No, my boy, no, I was saving you, but this is who you're dealing with. That's what your brother will tell you.
Jeez. No, hey, you. What did Snoop Dogg say in Starsky and Hutch? I'm laying it out
Not
for you to play
it out. I'm giving you a game here, James.
Yo, All right, James. Sorry to hear about your trauma. Maybe let's talk some football. We can always come back
bro.
to. Boy, oh boy. James's life is electric. By the way, some of the stories I've heard from James behind the scenes as well is that's not the craziest thing I've heard.
No, but like even now when he told me that they had to hit him with an aside and then
Let's go for a walk.
let's go for a walk.
What,
So what's your body count? Bro, you don't know me like that.
You know that older gent who took James on the walk? It's like, now, how do I take you serious, bro? You're asking me these,
You know what I mean?
these street questions like this. Because I'm supposed to hold you, you know, in psychoanalysis, it is said, you know how James's generation, everyone goes on Instagram, oh, you should know your partner inside out. No, it's nonsense.
No.
Stop that Instagram psychology. Is that there's a part of your partner you should never know, right? Is what a guy called Sigmund Freud and a guy called Hegel said. So they say there's a part of everybody you should not know. Because once you see them in that light, you can never respect them again. So
And you can't unsee it.
yeah, there should always be a part. Now this Grootman's asking you, oh, yeah, so, you know, what you into? Boobs or bum guy? Hey, what?
Oh my God, Mfethu.
Come on,
let's. What part of the game is this here?
So yeah, there's that. All right, shout out to James. That is.
And he's acting like he's open, but best believe every time kind of that situation that you guys were speaking about presents itself and he happens to be there, trust me, he's side-eyeing you. Trust me. It will never be the same. And James, you still went out with this chick. I would have said, nah, chief. Look.
Yeah, but again, like you're young, you think you know better. Like,
How do you know better than the guy's dad? Than the chick's dad, sorry.
Although, having said that, I do, as I'm getting older, I do kind of need to stand on his side, especially, like, back in the day, I don't think parents knew for real what we were up to. Is now, they're kind of seeing your generation on the gram, James. And you guys are on Twitter now.
On
and now
OnlyFans.
you, every concert, everything's on video. Now that Grootman. So now,
I know where you're going with this.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know where you're going with this.
It's like, not me.
Not my daughter.
Yeah, my daughter's not going to be on your shoulders at a concert lifting up her bikini top. Forget it. Forget it. I've seen, and you know, old people, like, I have to say,
You know what I'm going to do?
they
Actually,
overreact to every single Instagram post.
actually, you've given me an idea. Do you know what I'm going to do if I have daughters? I'm sending a PI on those guys.
It's the way to do it.
Yeah, but PI, just, you know, between me and the PI. Just to tell...
Yeah, but what makes you more likely to be a good dad? If you've lived on the streets or been that conservative guy coming up? Because for me, now that
Lived
I've
on the
lived
streets,
on
dog.
now that I've lived on the streets,
You'd rather be
if
that
I have
guy.
a daughter, you're like you're saying, PI is probably too light for me. James would need to sit down, eye color. I want to meet your parents, both of them, blood,
3 months bank statement.
DNA, yeah, 3 months bank statement. You know what I mean? Proof of residence.
I don't know, because, you know, conservative people think, with all due respect to them, they think the whole world is good and, like, you know, everybody's like them.
Yeah.
Nah, there's some savages out there. There are some savages out there. And you know, rather, if you've been the savage or you've seen savages,
Yeah.
you know how they operate.
So you can work. Yeah, you can kind of. But what do? Do you prep your daughter? Like, how do you?
You have to prep them. Because do you know who's going to have to pick up the pieces? You.
Man, oh man. Whew, that's some tough stuff. All right, let's talk some Champions League. Interesting to note how the real world is working here. But we're in the Champions League tonight. Big clubs, eh? Big clubs.
You know what it is.
Big things.
You know exactly what it is, dog.
Are you juiced?
I am gassed, but I wish.
It's hard to watch it.
No, I wish. Now it's not the business end. It's still, you know.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like
Honeymoon.
unless you got like people, you know, unless you're in Liverpool's group and every game's a blockbuster, but
Nah.
us young boys, Switzerland, and it's in Switzerland, you know,
Nah.
there's no atmosphere. Your boys aren't wearing your home kit, you know. You're like, who are these guys?
Yeah. No, I
So
got
like
you.
it's. No, but I'll tune in because, you know, Christy, I have to see the investment.
All right, let's start with Group A. It is the oil group, of course. It's Man City, it's PSG, it's Leipzig, and it's a win in Bruges. I mean, this Group A, it's almost like they scripted it. You know, the oil derby, that's going to be insane.
Yeah.
Is that tonight, next week? It's not tonight, eh? But whatever, whenever that is an absolute crack of a group. Leipzig have obviously lost everybody because, Munchen decided. Who's the other guy who went to Liverpool? Konate.
Yeah.
So they got nothing left. Werner,
there's-
Chelsea last season. So Leipzig will come third. Ugh, Bruges, thoughts and prayers. I mean, that is That's ugly. So who are you picking? I'm picking City.
Paris. Just because there are too many Sterlings in Paris.
Well, I mean, 2 go through. So both the oil
Yeah,
clubs.
but like, it's there. It's a full. That group you can see the way it's written. The way it's written, it's the way it is. Like that's how teams are gonna finish.
Yeah, that is how they're going to finish. Great group. Group 2. Now, Group B, this is the group of death.
Yeah, and do you know who's gonna have a really vital? Do you know who's gonna have a say in that group? They're not gonna go through, but do you know who's gonna have a say? Porto.
Yeah, they are going to have a say.
They're gonna decide who's possibly going to the next round and who's gonna play UEFA Cup.
Because the last thing you need, and you know, this matters, is that Liverpool can't rest anybody against anybody here unless the first 3 games are an absolute dream. But that's a nightmare. Atletico, we saw what they did to them last season. Milan, they're on the up and up, right? And Porto can be a nightmare. Hopefully you don't have that 3rd game away at the Dragao.
Yeah, that 3rd game is tricky.
Yeah, that's tricky because you want to win that one, but you can't now be resting Mo Salah, and now you've got Tottenham on the weekend or whatever.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh, that is brutal. James, that's your group there. Any concerns at all, by the way? Atletico, Liverpool, Porto, AC Milan.
A couple, especially with an Atletico Madrid that now has an Antoine Griezmann, and an AC Milan that has a Zlatan. So
Giroud.
Also, Porto can be a little bit difficult in European games. So many concerns.
Yeah.
But the one concern you breezed over, which we should be more concerned about than Liverpool, because Liverpool will be fine. We'll be fine.
Sure.
Is the fact that the hashtag is RIP Bruges.
I do love that.
And there's a reason.
Yeah, that's big production from James, and James will bring out. First thing he said to me when I ever met him was that I'm funny and I'm a creative, and I'm yet to see the funny part. But in terms of being creative, he will throw that out there. So the hashtag, if you are with us, Cliff C Sport, you can go ahead and tweet, see what you think of our predictions. But hashtag RIP Bruges, that is tough for them. I mean, they are going down in Group A there. That's just going to be cricket scores all day.
It's because this week is the first time Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe will be starting.
Oh my goodness!
And their goalkeeper is none other than one of the most fierce shot stoppers in the game, in Simon Mignolet.
Slumdog Mignolet. That is tough. 18-0.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's ugly. All right, RIP Bruges. I like it. Group B. Let's go to Group C, a group that is important, and we'll talk about it tomorrow.
Oh, this is also tricky.
Paulo Diaz will be interested in this. Now, this group I've listed as the we didn't need it on TV group because none of these clubs are like, I like Dortmund, but it's not Klopp's Dortmund.
Yeah.
You know, so it's Sporting. It's
lukewarm
Dortmund.
all around.
It is lukewarm all around. Sporting, Dortmund, Ajax, Besiktas. Honestly, I can just catch the highlights on an app I've got on my phone. I've got about 4 football apps. But your thoughts there? I mean, obviously we support Sporting now just because Paulo's forced us through peer pressure and being good people. I used to support Porto just because they were the best. And I went to the Dragao when I was younger and got incredibly hammered and maybe had the best night of my European football life there. That was very fun. But I support Sporting now. Dortmund, Ajax, Besiktas. Do we care?
It's all lukewarm.
It is lukewarm.
All different degrees of lukewarm.
And you know what? Well said. Lukewarm. But there are different kinds of lukewarm.
Exactly.
So there's that 2 people showered before me in a commune.
Yeah.
That damn, there is hot water in this house. And then there's the lukewarm where it fades from hot to.
Oh, that one sucks.
Oh.
Because you can't prepare yourself for that one. Because
Yeah, I
when
mean-
it happens while you say now your hair's got soap and stuff like that. Now
I'll tell you what this group is. You've just moved in, and this happened to me. So I can actually, let me tell you from my soul.
Sure.
You've just moved in with your partner. So you don't realize that they shower forever. You're like, I like to have a hot shower. And especially with girls, you know, they have hair days. I'm washing my hair today.
Yeah.
Then today's not my hair day. I'm conditioning.
Yeah.
Ooh. And they don't turn the shower off.
Yeah.
Like, be considerate. And then you step in there and you're like, oof. You know what I mean? That's this group. Oof. So Group C, I'll catch that on the app. I mean,
And you're
sporting.
looking forward to having a shower. Now your shower's been cut to 1.5, 2 minutes.
I'm not that guy. I mean, we are running out of water in Johannesburg, so maybe I should become that guy. On the other side, listen, there is one more group. I do want to get into that group. Inter Milan, Real Madrid is something we'll talk about on the other side. Remember, if you are looking for the podcast, because people are busy out here, so maybe you have a job, I don't know, maybe you have a pesky mother-in-law, as we've been saying, and now you've got to cook for her. That's something that's really important in relationships as well. Guy or girl is... For me, if I take you seriously, it's probably one of the first things I do is I'm forcing you to cook for my mother and father. Let's see what they think about that, because that also lets me know what I'm in for the next 20, 25 years. Can you cook? That's important. Can't order Woolworths every single day. Yeah, I'm saying is, otherwise I just live as a bachelor, which I do now. Yeah, I'm saying, you know, if I want to just live Woolworths, why would I? You know, you do need to be able to cook. Guy and girl, by the way.
Absolutely.
I think this thing of my woman must cook for me,
So gone are those days, my man.
it's a new time.
Gone are those days.
Because you know those guys that say that are the single guys. You know why? Because there are thugs on the street who can cook. Plus they look like you by petty six pack.
Yeah.
So what are you bringing to the table? James, can you cook? You don't strike me as the type.
No, I can. Okay.
Absolutely, actually.
Well, that's a lie. I mean, I know your lady
I've lived
watches.
alone for almost 2 years. What do you mean?
So you can cook.
Yeah.
James, I've seen you. Sometimes you send me clips of you cooking. You know what he means.
Does it send you clips?
I've never
Every
seen
now
you
and
a clip
then
of
he'll
my
send me this
food.
dead-looking fish
That's
and these
such a
potatoes that are
lie.
looking sad, and he just put them in the oven. He calls it cooking. This guy.
Oh, wow.
This guy, bro.
They're cooking. All right, James. I've told you those farm boys, they can do the poiki. You know what I mean? Those
They flex like different.
they don't even cook on the. You know those farm boys, they can do anything. They don't even cook on the stove. They put a fire. It's hotter than the stove somehow. They know how to air it out.
Romance, boy. They're hitting.
They hit the chops while they're having the beer. And
Boy.
James thinks he's putting dead potatoes in the oven. He thinks his lady's not going to notice.
I've never sent this guy images of my food.
That's a lie.
When?
You've sent me when you were cooking. The one time you were having, I think it was the first of the 400 times you've tried to do a health transition, and you were at home, and you sent me your supper. It was this dead-looking fish and your dead vegetables. I mean, listen, Nzokipa Mafai.
That's right.
James, because I have that on WhatsApp. So I will send that to you in the break. Let me see if I can find it in the break. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the MKT Show. If you are looking for the podcast, it's available on cliffcentral.com, the Cliff Central app, or wherever you get your podcasts. Plenty more coming up on the other side. Inter Real Madrid. We'll talk about that, Champions League, and much, much more. The MKT Show. You're winning. You are winning. Yeah, I'm saying. This is big time broadcasting. Revolutionizing the way everything is done in this game.
Yeah. Anyway, there's a comment that was posted here.
Yeah.
Henry talks about James's his ex, and he says James's parents saw the hunger in her eyes. So James,
Yeah, they knew.
they're like,
They said this one.
but let him find out for himself.
You know what? It's hard for us to ever see our parents as having been on the streets in their time.
But that's the thing, your parents are once young.
Yeah, they've been on the streets. They
They've
can
seen
see
this.
And especially, like, your mom will be hypersensitive to, once she shows those street tendencies,
Oh yes.
say, nah, I've seen this before. That was me. Or it was my best friend. You know what I mean?
But that's why I was saying, like, we're young, we think we know better, but, like, our parents can see this stuff from, like, a mile away, bro.
Experience, Chief.
It doesn't make it right that you went through the whole thing. You didn't even listen to your brother, who's now in Vietnam teaching Vietnamese kids.
How do you learn from your mistakes?
Or you don't.
I apparently don't.
You don't, because you didn't listen to your family or your brother. So shout out to you, Henry, saying that they could see the hunger in her eyes.
Like, I'm gonna devour this one.
What if James is rich? Like, because he's got this whole swag thing. I don't really care. I come to work in shorts, jogger pants. Imagine James is so loaded and the chick was just coming over and the mom was
jackpot. And the mom was like,
because his mom worked for 25 years, right?
Yeah.
So she probably put a nest egg away. I'd imagine. I don't know what James's life is. I don't really care. But what if James is like, you ever been to someone's house where it's just insane? Like I was in Sandown. We were talking about that at the beginning of the show. If you don't know, it's in Johannesburg and it is an area
the most yuppie area.
And houses are going there for anywhere between sort of 25 and $30 million. There are 300 million rand houses there.
Yeah.
So it's about, let's call it 15. I don't know, what's 300 million? $20 million?
Yeah, give or take.
So those types of houses, and it's like, it's a country. It's a small country.
Honestly, like it's ridiculous. Like, but
so what if James is like that?
I don't know, but like, can you? I think I've learned as I've gotten older to be able to see a girl's intentions or a guy's intentions from the person that they're dating.
But now the problem is this, is dating, because I think I've told you the story before. I've made that mistake of being on someone's side. So I no longer care now. Like,
it's what people want. You let people be.
Because here's how I roll now, is that I'm happy. So I just for my own protection, self-preservation, is that I presume everyone's happy because you're doing what you want and I'm doing what I want.
Sure.
So
you've got the right approach, actually.
I don't want to get involved anymore because I've been burnt twice before, and I just think to myself, number one, as you always say, ngenapi.
Yes.
I wish I'd met you at 25 and you were there in my ear when my friend asked me if I hated his ex-girlfriend, and I said yes, and they were back together 3 days later, and now...
But what do I say, dog? It's not a team sport, bro. Like, people like what they like, and...
So that's my approach now. Just nyanbongela, all of you.
No matter how you feel about it, people are going to do what they want, chief.
And if she is terrible, I'm never saying anything again. Like if your girlfriend's terrible, awesome for you. Like, awesome for you. That's what you want. Clearly, you want pain in your life. Angisazingeni.
My thing is, do you know when I'll be concerned? When the person you're dating, right, makes you look stupid in public.
That's when you know it's over. My mentor always says, relationships can survive everything. But when couples are talking and she rolls her eyes, it's over. Where she's like, in public.
Yeah.
That it's just 5-2. That
Exactly.
guy, yeah. So when your partner shows you up in public, now referee's optional time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we no longer now.
Sure.
We're not playing. It's you 3-0 down. Referee's optional
Away goal
time.
rule.
Plus they've got it. The keeper's got it in the box. When the keeper does that annoying thing where he waits for the striker to run. Yeah, like Mendy does it. Where shigi ball.
Yeah. It makes you look like a Popeye.
Yeah. So that's where we are now.
No, that's true though, because once somebody makes you look stupid in public.
James, you ever put your lady in a situation in public? Because now, we are a dating show now. You ever put your lady, whether this one or previous one, in a situation in public where you're that drunk guy and you're vomiting in a restaurant or whatever it may be? Because I've seen
That I can handle, eh?
You can deal with that, eh?
That I can handle, because
I can't.
Like to say, I don't respect this person like whatsoever, and it continually happens.
Well, okay, what about this one? James, you ever had a loud girlfriend who, when she drinks, she just gets even more loud now and obnoxious? And now it's happening at like a family lunch. Like earlier you were saying if somebody talks too much, but I don't know if you've ever been in that situation.
No, I don't think so.
And big drinking, like a big drinking girlfriend drunk at a family lunch where you've invited her pretty early in the relationship?
No.
So you've never had that, eh?
But you're right, if someone's obnoxious, eh?
I know I'm prone to making bad choices, but there are some red flags that I can see here and there.
Like, I can't do embarrass me in public.
Yeah.
And especially at my age, like ngimdala now.
Yeah, sure.
What are you doing embarrassing me in public at 35 years old? Or 30?
Yeah, what are you trying to prove?
Well, no, how did you not conduct yourself?
But the people like that aren't self-aware.
That's what I can't do. Lack of self-awareness. I am not me.
Yeah.
But you know what? On the weekend I heard some news is I am an extremist and I accept that. Like I have
Of course you're an extremist.
and I have no desire to change. So but there are good people like you and James. Is how would you deal with that? How do you deal with it obnoxious in public? And now
You have a word with them. You have an aside first.
Yeah.
And if they continue, then
Tell me this, Senzo. How do guys deal? And the only reason I'm asking about guys is I'm a man. I can only see the world through a man's eyes.
Absolutely.
There's obviously douchebags who make ladies look bad, but for me is, how do guys deal with the girl who's always drunk in public and you're dragging her home, like into an Uber? Like, I know people like this where the girl is always getting hammered in public, like sloppy.
You can't tidy yourself up. Like,
It sounds like that now. And it's like, oh, how long have you been dating? 3 years. What?
now, do you know what it is? It's because that guy's too nice, bro. And that because they've been dating 3 years, that she thinks she can get away with it. Because some guys don't. Some guys are very passive. They don't like.
And the older you get, the more fearful I would imagine. Especially, there's people who are serial daters.
Yeah, because they're afraid to be alone. They're afraid of ending up alone.
But even then, sometimes if you've got somebody who's just good enough, people are scared to, because hey, the streets are real. The older you get, I'm realizing, it's brutal out here. Everyone has baggage.
Stuff.
Is that you're scared to find another one as good, so you go, rather the devil I know, because now you're scared what's out there. And somebody did say to me, and it's also why I've taken this path of good luck to you, is that you don't know once the doors close, and it is a little sexual. You don't know what that lady does for that guy when the doors close. So you must never.
You know what I say to people all the time, and you've hit the nail on the head. Yeah, but you don't know what I'm doing when I'm not with you.
Yes.
You can never compare my life to yours, because when I'm not with you, you don't know what I am up to.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things. Yeah, exactly. And you're right. You don't know how they are when it's just the two of them.
Yeah.
Maybe she doesn't like people.
And then, no, but even then, so my mentor, no, I hate to out him, or nobody knows who he is. But he says, the thing is, if people are having sex behind closed doors, you don't know what that woman does for that guy.
Exactly.
So the fact that she's a mess out here and you're like, yo,
that's what I'm saying.
As soon as those doors close, she may be on Taiwanese sex swings and you don't know that.
But what I keep saying, which goes back to what I keep saying, dating is not a team sport.
No, well said. You did say that. All right, let's get back to some of the football here. I want to get back to Group D there, James. Inter Milan, Real Madrid. So it'll be the best kit against a football club, which is the only real competition to the Atletico Madrid. But that's a joke. I mean, they do have a sheriff in that group, Moldovan club.
Sheriff.
I have some information about this club. Can I share it quickly?
Please do.
Please. So I researched them because I also read sheriff, and I was like, okay.
Did you say who shot the sheriff?
No, I just said, okay.
Okay, because I didn't shoot the sheriff.
That's good.
I shot the deputy. So it's a real song, James. I don't think James knows that song.
Anyway, so it's actually called Football Club Sheriff Tiraspol. And they are a Moldovan football club based in Tiraspol, which is a city located in the Dejura unrecognized, and stick with me for this one, Pridnestrovian Moldovan Republic.
Okay.
They are only 24 years of age.
They're your age.
Yeah. They were founded in 1997. And they have two nicknames, both in Moldovan or Russian, whatever they speak there. I'm not sure. I'm not smart. I just know football.
No, nobody has ever been under the illusion that you were smart. But go on. Yeah.
That's good. Their one nickname, which made me laugh a little bit, is the Yellow Blacks.
I like it. I like it, especially in Twitter days. You know that's going to catch some heat. That's awesome.
You know PC people are.
And the Wasps.
That's cool. Wasp colors, blah, blah. Get it.
They also have a player that plays for them. No, that can't be true. No way.
So did you do research or not, James? Because, I mean, it sounds like you're doing this on the fly.
They have a player playing for them called Adama Traore.
They do have one. He's from Mali. So much like the other Traore, but the other Traore chose the Euros.
Yes, so spelled exactly the same.
Less muscle, though. Less muscle, more melanin, this version of Traore.
He is not built at all.
Doesn't need baby oil. Doesn't need baby oil like the Wolves guy.
And that's about it.
All right, shout out to the Sheriffs. Obviously, oil tycoon built sort of money embezzling club. Shakhtar Donetsk is the other one. They used to have, shout out to that guy who got arrested by Putin, Ukrainian guy. I forget what his name is, but Putin kind of seized his company with the whole Crimea thing. Previous guy, very much a nerd. He looks a bit like Bartomeu. You can go and look that guy up. He then went and opened the club, or I think it was his brother or someone very close to him who looks like him. Went and opened, what was the club that was paying, and I actually played at the stadium in Russia. Anzi Machakalaka. Those two guys are connected. Shakhtar Donetsk, money embezzling, love it. Players getting paid way too much money there to wash drug money. That is awesome. So yeah, great group. Real Madrid to win. I mean, Inter Milan.
Inter.
Hakimi gone. You know, but
Lukaku
that kit.
gone.
But maybe that kit. We fixed the games.
But there's Edin Dzeko now. Dzeko is serious.
He's a real player. He's one guy who's never
gotten these flowers, gotten these props. Yeah.
He needs to be Birdman and pull up on him and say,
put some respect on my name.
Because I'm here now. What's happening? Because he's been doing it. City, he was doing it at City.
Exactly.
Roma did it.
Yeah.
For time as well. What is it? 4 seasons.
Yeah.
They did it at the highest level. And by the way, I saw him the other day in a friendly Cristiano Ronaldo shape, and he's like 36.
Yeah, he's doing it, bro.
Yeah, he's a legend. I like him. I like him. So between Shakhtar and Sheriff, they'll obviously just have a Baltic war there, but probably Shakhtar to win that.
Yeah,
that battle there. Shout out to Moldova for having a representative. So interesting group there. Those 4 groups, that'll be good watching. I'm looking forward to hearing what Paolo has to say.
Yeah. Actually, I've got something here, but I'll save it for Paolo tomorrow because it's the top 10. It's the 10 favorites, the power rankings of what people think how the Champions League is going to shape up. But I'll save it for Paolo because it should be interesting.
Arsenal fans, you don't need to watch tomorrow's show. We will keep talking about Champions League. You can probably watch on Thursday when we talk about the conference.
And they're not even there.
And just to get a taste. You know, sometimes it's like every now and then, here's where I don't know, Katie Price or whoever is famous now. That's where she lives. I'll watch that. You know what I mean? It's just nice to know what you could be.
I feel you.
Yeah, and the Spurs are in the conference. You know what I mean? So
I feel you.
We can have Arsenal fans back on Thursday, or you can just watch and feel the shame and cry in the fetal position, which James, as he said, has done in the shower following Demba Ba's incredible play. All right, shall we go to social media a bit before we finish off the other 4 groups? Senzo, what you got in socials, pal?
Oh yes. Well, first thing I have is Frank Khalid. Listen to this. South Africa are interested in hosting FIFA's Club World Cup in December after Japan pulled out.
Oh.
And it seems like, it's actually...
Oh, hello.
And you should enjoy that as a Chelsea fan. Imagine seeing Chelsea in
I'm there. The show is closing down. We have to go to every game. Or I'm going. I don't know. You guys just won't get a salary this month, which I don't care about. What?
Yeah.
Club World Cup?
Yeah.
So wait, have we put in a bid
Well, it's a real thing. It's a real thing. This thing's been catching.
Cape Town's the place to do it. Don't waste time.
You know what it is. You know what it is.
You know, FNB Stadium is far. Where do you stay? Santon, and then you have to drive to FNB.
You know, and also the Cape Town Stadium, Greenpoint, it's a done deal.
It's ready.
It's ready.
Cape Town's
there it is. Ready. Yeah.
You know
you
what I
don't have to do
Mason Mount.
This thing's been catching proper traction.
I don't need Mason Mount driving by Gold Reef City and all of those gold the dumps there. You know.
Yeah.
The gold. No, I don't need Mason Mount seeing that. Put him in Cape Town. Put him in Sea Point. Presidential Hotel. They just walk to the stadium. Chelsea has no more roadman players left because Bakayoko's gone now, hey?
Yeah.
Where the roadmen, they'll wear the full they'll wear shorts, top,
because they're saying,
and hoodie, but they're wearing slops and socks.
Yeah, because they're saying Egypt are strongly convinced that they can host the FIFA Club World Cup tournament, and this means that South Africa's Kaizer Chiefs will be in to represent. Yeah, but it's actually catching traction. South Africa working with FIFA this week on replacing Japan as hosts of this season's Club World Cup. That will get a place for national champion Mamelodi Sundowns on. So it's actually a real thing.
So wait, Sundowns would now be in it?
Yeah. They're saying Patrice Motsepe and Gianni Infantino are planning for the FIFA tournament to be hosted in South Africa.
This is why we need Patrice.
It's a real thing.
This is why. Let's see if we can get Motsepo Jr. on the show. I'll give him a call after the show, see if he can come on the show and see what his dad's up to. Probably not, because I do know his father and he is not messing around.
No, but like it's...
So now, yes. You see, this is why you have Abantu serious. Yes. And what did I say to you? I told you, James Rodriguez should go where?
Yeah.
Sundowns.
They're saying the top 3 countries that have shown interest in hosting the 2021 FIFA Club World Cup. Qatar aren't going to do it.
Nah.
Because they've got bigger fish to fry.
No. Plus, it's not the time. They don't need to be exposed for what the World Cup's going to be.
Yeah.
Too hot and all of that. You don't need social media panicking more.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Egypt must sit down.
No, they must relax.
And us. And it's December, boy.
Azish. Plus, all the models are already here.
Exactly.
Oh.
And since the sevens is not happening anymore,
get the creative man bun kid like a James. You need a James there. He takes that shot of C point. Every yuppie trust fund kid who has no job and has never worked is sitting there. I forget what the Italian restaurant is there. I think it's Gianni's or whatever.
They're saying we're just waiting on government approval.
Chief,
but they're saying Infantino and Patrice. And one's CAF president and one's FIFA president.
Patrice is Sir. Hey, on the streets, you know what they say? Sirs.
Say sirs. That's
He for real.
He about it.
That's what you always
say.
About
it.
So now Cape Town's ready.
It's done, dog.
Plus they have those yuppie sandwiches.
It's done.
You know Sea Point, that front there by Greenpoint.
It's done.
What's the Italian restaurant there? Gianni's or something?
It's a wrap. No pun intended. Since we're speaking about food.
So we're doing the show in Cape Town.
When
is that? December?
Yeah.
No, we are doing. If that happens, we are going to Cape Town. That is what's happening.
But it looks like it's gaining traction. So
Let's go. I'm in that. Jimbo, Cape Town, pal, we're doing it. You probably want to spend Christmas with your family. Forget it now. Club champs, your club obviously won't be in it for a while. Chelsea Football Club, you get to see what a real club looks like.
So, I just found something else, right? First of all, dope as hell if we go to Cape Town. Secondly, it says on Sport 24 that after Japan pulled out, South Africa is one of the 3 countries that have been approached by FIFA Club World Cup organizers to consider hosting the tournament. Danny or Don says that South Africa is ready to host.
Although Danny Jordan said a lot of things, I wish that wasn't him speaking, because he is a very well-known criminal. I'm not a big fan of his, so can't exactly trust him. But if Patrice Motsepe is in the mix,
he is. He's also apparently speaking to his name Gianni Infantino.
Shout out to you going over exactly what Senzo's been telling us for the last 5 minutes. I do appreciate that, James. Though you have given us another source, so it makes it more credible. So shout out to James for not listening to you at all.
Yeah,
sorry, I'm trying to run a whole show.
Vibes.
I apologize.
Vibes.
Just vibes.
Vibes, bro. No.
We're just here, just talking breeze.
Yeah, no, it's cool. It's cool. It is what it is, dude. We're there because now shades.
It's done.
You know what I mean?
It's done. It's done.
Obviously, athletes shouldn't be wearing slops. Bad for your Achilles. James knows that. He wouldn't dare. But we're out there because who's there? Reece James, BBW wingback. He's out there with those thick thighs. He's doing that guy. You know thick guys have that walk where they. They do that thing.
Who won the Champions? Oh, Chelsea won the Champions League.
Yeah.
Who else is there?
So we're doing that whole thing. Do Villarreal get to play in that, or is it? No, it's just real clubs. No. The Asian guys, American guys. So we're there. We have to shades. Everyone has to buy shades.
Pizza will feature.
Wait.
Because Al Ahly won.
But do they get to come? And then there's always a host club. How does it work? I don't watch World Club Cup.
Well, yeah, whoever hosts it. I mean, you can't have a party at my house without me being there.
No, that's true.
You know what I mean? But they're saying Sundowns might.
Wow.
Either Sundowns or Chiefs. But we can't have Chiefs.
No, we can't. That's a funeral policy. We might as well bury them now. Kaizer Chiefs absolutely pathetic. I don't want to be represented by them.
So yeah, Sundowns out because they also have Patrice.
Plus it's Patrice. Yeah. Whatever happens is
those logistics will be taken care of.
Man, that's awesome. All right, do you have another story? That's an awesome story.
Oh yes, I do. The official top 11 in FIFA 22, the game just came out.
Okay.
So they're the highest ranked players. So
all right, let's see it. The top 11 ranked players in FIFA. I'll tell you what we'll do is we'll take a break, but I definitely want to get into that because FIFA rankings always absolute rubbish. We know that it's for Instagram kids, so Neymar, for whatever reason, will be better than like Haaland or something ridiculous like that. Now, what's interesting is, have they given the BBW wingbacks the correct ratings? Because there should be a star for BBW wingback.
But it's just the top 11 because, 11 guys play a football game, so they only give us the top 11.
Who's on the cover of FIFA 22?
Well, I'm guessing by the guy. Actually, let me save it.
All right, we'll save it. The MKT Show. Hey, FIFA talk coming up, other side. You've done it again. You have done it again. You done did it again.
You done did it again. I like that. I like that.
You done did it again.
We must stop hanging out because you're starting to speak like, and you don't speak like this.
Yeah?
It's not for you.
I used to be on the streets, bro.
No.
There was a time,
The fact that you still call them the streets, like, nah, bro.
I'm saying, at least, I keep it real. Because that's what we call it.
No, let's say you keep it 100.
100. Yeah, that's true. All right, no, I done fell off.
You washed off, man.
the Wash King. Shout out LeBron James. Trying to put together a retirement home to see if he can get number 5. Not sure how that's going to go.
Hey, bro, hey, that makes me sad, but that's a story for another time.
It is a story for another time. All right, let's get to some social media on the other side as well. What else you got, bro?
So, guys, say what you want. You may not like Certified Lover Boy or whatever, but Drake must get up and he's high-fiving himself the whole month or whatever.
Mazel tov.
So, I'm in. Drake floods the top 10 of the Billboard Hot 100, occupying 9 spots. So, of the first 10 spots in the Billboard Hot 100, Drake has number 9 songs there.
So I've always wondered, like I do know people who work in the music biz, is who chooses the top, like who chooses? Because it can't be a sales thing.
No, it's radio and stuff. Radio and
So
streams.
they choose. So what's hot? It's actually what's hot, not what's good.
Yeah, what's hot, yeah.
Like if the street's saying that they're feeling it.
Hey man, if radio is playing your jam. So like, barring one song, so the 10 is Love All, Drake featuring Jay-Z. 9 is TSU, Drake. 8 is Papi's Home, Drake. 7 is In the Bible, Drake featuring Lil Durk and Giveon. 6 is the only song not by Drake. It's
Who dat?
Stay, The Kid Laroi and Justin Bieber. Then 5 is Knife Talk, Drake featuring 21 Savage and Project Pat. 4 is Champagne Poetry, Drake. 3 is Fair Trade, Drake featuring Travis Scott. 2 is Girls Want Girls, Drake featuring Lil Baby. Then number 1, the hottest song in the world right now, according to the Billboard Hot 100, is Drake featuring Young Thug and Future. Way Too Sexy. I saw the video the other day.
I'll tell you what's happened there is they've spent all the money on Drake's album, so his label have actually paid everybody to ensure that his music is on at all times. But hey, shout out to Drake. Like I said, for me, trash musician, but a businessman. Like him and Kanye, the business acumen.
Exactly. So he's doubled. So the numbers came out, and Kanye with Donda did 309,000.
Wow. In a week.
In first week. Do not Drake did 613. Almost doubling him.
It's incredible business acumen to, especially for him to be. He's a middle class guy. He's come into an industry where, rap was for the streets, but he's a middle class Canadian kid. So he's not connected. Like we all know it's nonsense.
Yeah.
But he's still managed to be the guy in the industry.
That's from Memphis, though.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Guy grew up in Canada.
Yeah,
Stop. He was on
that.
Degrassi. He had lots of money before he came to the industry.
Wheelchair Jimmy.
I don't hate him. People will always hear people like me and go, you're a hater. I don't hate him. The business acumen. Shout out Drake. All of the money going to him.
So yeah, man,
So he's hot on the streets.
He's doing it. Very hot in the streets. So yeah.
I'm happy for him, dude. I'm happy for him. I'm happy for Kanye. Kanye is unfollowed Kim Kardashian. That came out this morning. So what does that mean? That's over, huh?
Yeah.
Are they still married?
Legally.
But the business transaction. So who's I call her the head witch.
Kris Jenner.
Kris Jenner. Shout out to her.
I shout her mom like Kris Jenner, bro.
Yeah, she slept with OJ and the Kardashian dad and
So it's
Bruce Jenner. It's
Caitlyn now.
Caitlyn Jenner. Sorry, Caitlyn Jenner.
Formerly known as Bruce Jenner. She is hectic. That lady, she's intense.
She genuinely scares me because I that lady doesn't care. Like if you with your husband, the most powerful lawyer arguably in the world at the time, and then you sleep with a guy who's a murderer, and you
allegedly
because the glove didn't fit. So
and if that don't fit, you have to acquit.
That's true. They did acquit. Shout out to him, by the way. The Bronco sales being sold out because of that car chase. Not sure if you knew that.
Yeah.
The Ford Bronco. Shout out to OJ, who has the creepiest social media in the world.
Weird.
Because he's like so jovial. He's always playing golf. I don't know if you've seen that. He's like Shabir Sheikh and Jacob Zuma, just always playing golf. And it's just like, it's so weird to hear him like being cheerful. Like, OJ, that's weird, dude. Where's the self-awareness?
Yeah, bro, like, just chill out, bro.
Hang low. Because OJ, the big accusation with OJ, he got the MJ treatment. It's like, you're not black. Because kind of corporate bought into OJ, the juice. He was the guy.
Yeah.
And what a life. Shout out to the head Kardashian, though. She is incredible at what she does.
That's literally the head Kardashian.
Yeah, the head Kardashian. She is incredible. All right, let's move on to what we do, which is sport. So you say the FIFA 11. Let's check it out. We know it's nonsense. It's all about the streets, and it's all about 15-year-old kids spending their dad's credit card to buy packs that cost the GDP of a country.
Yeah, it's the top 11.
It's the top 11. It says top 22 there for whatever reason.
But because it's FIFA 22, that's why they call it top 22. But they're 11 guys.
Clever. All right.
4-3-4. You can see it's a football formation.
We'll start at the
bottom.
Interesting. There's 2 goalkeepers there.
Yeah. So
go ahead, Senzo.
So tie 11th or tie whatever. So they've got Marc-Andre ter Stegen, Manuel Neuer, N'Golo Kante.
Wait, let's start with the goalkeepers there. What is ter Stegen doing being he's not what? He's not better than Courtois.
Yeah, but they've given him a ranking of 90.
Why? Well,
That beats
he's
me.
not as good as Edison. He's not as good as Alisson.
Listen,
He is not. Barcelona need the money.
yeah.
That's what happened. Barcelona need the money. We have to have a player on there because we can't even afford to pay our water. That's a joke. That is hilarious.
Yeah. Gave him a ranking of 90.
So, but you can't do that because
They just did.
right next to him, you've made him look how average he is. He will never, at his peak, be half of what Manuel Neuer is.
Yeah.
And Manuel Neuer is at the peak of his game right now. Mm-hmm. How can you have them both 90? Okay, but that's FIFA. It's not for me. It's for the 15-year-old kids.
And then we've got N'Golo Kante with a ranking of 90 as well.
That's fair, I think.
Harry
Probably the
Kane.
best mid in Europe right now.
Harry Kane, a ranking of 90.
That's fair. We won in the hardest league in the world. Most goals, most assists.
Yep.
Harry's doing it.
And then this third row is interesting for me.
Mm-hmm.
Jan Oblak, ranking
there we
of
go.
91.
Okay, no, that makes sense. Oblak's
Yeah, he's
twice the keeper that Ter Stegen is.
Yeah.
Not sure he's better than Neuer, but okay. But Oblak is
He's serious.
for real.
Yeah.
Chelsea tried to... you know what makes me sick to my stomach? Is that Chelsea tried to sign him, but instead bought the Peter Dinklage version of goalkeepers. Kepa Arrizabalaga. Wow, Oblak is... Yeah, I'll take that.
And then Neymar 91. I don't know. Neymar's been ghosting on FIFA for a while. Eh? He's been having this ranking of 91, but for me, he doesn't justify it.
He's not better than Haaland.
And Haaland's got a ranking of 88.
Sorry, Neymar doesn't even deserve to start in the PSG team. I'm sorry. What? He's not better than Griezmann. He's not better than Antoine Griezmann,
that's
and
true.
I don't care who you are. I don't care what you have to say. Neymar is low 80s. What does Neymar give you? Other than Uktribula. He must come and play in the PSL,
And swag, dog. Gives you swag.
But Neymar's the guy, right?
Nah,
he's
swag.
perfect for FIFA. Instagram, put him on,
Yeah.
he'll do the look. Plus, he'll go to a lockdown party in Brazil.
But can you see what they're trying to do with Mbappe getting FIFA, Mbappe 91?
Yeah.
And he's also on the cover. So they're trying to, you said he's all football all the time, but
Yeah.
maybe they're trying to make him,
Spruce him
Okay.
up a little bit.
Yeah.
Look, it's a difficult thing to have to say. Is Mbappe is probably the guy they're going to try and force in there. Black guy. It's that age.
You reckon?
Yeah, it's gone hip hop. Yeah. And of course, for the culture, almost. Even though his personality, because we know Haaland's the guy you should actually
Yeah.
have. Because Haaland's popping.
Yeah, exactly. And
He's very
Haaland's
ridiculous.
about it, like,
And Mbappe is just like, I want to play football. bro.
yeah, I'm football all the time.
Because
He's
you
all
never see
football.
him doing a hashtag. He's not Pogba. He's not doing hashtags and
Dabbing.
and he's never out there with flags and getting involved in political
Yeah.
stuff. Mbappe says, "Put the ball down. I want to win."
Yeah, exactly.
Which is why he's going to Real Madrid. He says this whole circus at PSG, and I called it.
Yeah, it's not for me.
I'm not about
Can
it.
I jump in super quick?
Yeah.
So I know in recent years, because I've been buy a new copy of FIFA every year player since FIFA 04.
Yeah.
In recent years, FIFA's changed their sort of look and feel of the game to be more sort of Instagrammy and like vibes and street ball and stuff like that. And I think the reason why Mbappe has been the sort of player of choice that they've used on covers and promo ads and trailers and everything is because he is part of that like kind of generation of the gram and like young and baller and that kind of stuff. So I think that's why he's sort of pushed as the FIFA cover boy over like these all timers like De Bruyne or Lewandowski or whatever. I think FIFA's moving away from Messi versus Ronaldo and the whole hype around all of that, and it's more sort of let's target the gram and the sort of younger generation.
Which is cool. I'm cool with it. It's like Drake's music and Kanye West is. I'm 35. They're not making music for me anymore. FIFA's not for me. They're like what they're targeting is exactly what you're saying. The 20-year-old. Oh, bro, did you see the YouTube highlights of Mbappe or whatever?
But the thing is, Messi and Ronaldo, they've been having the cover of FIFA. Like, I'm sure they were on it for like 8 years straight.
But it's kind of justified. Neymar and Mbappe have not done anything. I'm sorry, the World Cup's not enough. You've played in France, and Neymar was third in line at Barcelona when they won. We must be very clear about where he fit in MSN.
Yeah.
Luis Suarez was better than him, and it was Messi. Let's be very clear. None of these guys have led a club to anything. And they've really had an advantage with PSG is every week is a rest. Every weekend is a rest.
Sure.
What are you doing in the Champions League, guys? Because Mason Mount and guys are chasing Pogba around and Bruno around,
Yeah.
and you still get slapped.
And Salah and stuff.
You know what I mean? Is one of these two, and I know it's hard to hear because Instagram kids are in love with it, but Mbappe hasn't done anything, Chief.
Fair enough.
Like, what have you done? The World Cup, you had Griezmann, you had Pogba, you had Conte, you had Matuidi.
But like as James said, like the way they're aligning it, because like we all know who the face of Nike football is. It's blatantly obvious.
Kylian.
No, it's Ronaldo.
Yeah, CR7.
Yeah, but like he's next in line after this. That's why Neymar signed for Puma, because he knew.
Although, didn't Mbappe leave?
What?
Isn't Mbappe at Puma now?
No, that's Neymar.
That's
Neymar's at
Neymar.
Puma.
But where did Mbappe left what? Because he left as well and they signed a new deal somewhere.
No, Mbappe's still Nike.
He's still Nike.
I think Neymar left because he saw he wasn't going to be the poster boy.
He
for
wasn't
it.
the face anymore.
You know why it's such a difficult thing? You've just raised a good point. You know why PSG have to do everything to keep him? Jordan.
Yes.
That's a very, very good point.
Yeah.
They are going to throw an oil field at him in the off-season to keep him.
Well, I don't know if that will be enough.
Too late. What did Brenda Fassi said?
It's too late for Mama.
Too late for mom.
But the only way that works is now you bring in an interesting dynamic, and like this might happen. So don't drill this out. I'm predicting this. You may say I'm crazy,
Yeah.
but I think it could happen because of the Jordan thing, right? It brings in a whole another dynamic. Madrid want Mbappe. Mbappe is sponsored by who? Nike.
Yeah.
Do not PSG say actually bring Hazard, include him in the deal because he's also Nike.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. We just want what's fair. Although Mbappe's free, in December, isn't he?
in January.
Who's his agent? Because what Kylian Mbappe must do now is learn from Harry Kane. If he's got a muck around agent, which I imagine he doesn't, it's probably like his dad or whatever, you know. These French guys also just move in a weird way. Get Mino Raiola on board right now. Get Mino now. So you get the... I want him to... I want Mbappe to make so much money that he cripples the Spanish state. That's how much his salary must be. Because he must get all of the money.
Yeah, all the racks.
All of it.
But did you see what Mbappe is demanding from Real Madrid? Like what his demands are?
It's too little. Whatever. Tell me the number.
Okay, let me tell you Mbappe's demands, because when I read it, it was ridiculous.
Like, are we talking? If it's not 800,000, he's being underpaid.
Oh,
Because get George Mendes now. Harry Kane has shown you how to fumble the bag. Do not get. Although maybe just for the vibes, get Charlie Kane, and Charlie Kane gets a second client, and we'll get to laugh, and it's good content.
what is this?
So
It's crazy.
800,000. If I'm Kylian Mbappe, I'm the next guy. Plus, how old is he? 22.
Yeah. Yeah, they're
Underpaid. Because you know what? 800,000 sounds stupid now. In 4 years' time, he's going to look like an idiot if he takes a 500,000 a week deal. He's going to look like a fool.
Yeah, do what Mino was doing with who's this with Haaland, because he said, guys, if you guys want Haaland, you're gonna have the numbers £825,000 a week.
Although having said that, if he leaves for free, we know that means no transfer fee. So Mino will demand 20-30 million for himself. If I'm Mbappe, I want 50 million on the table before I even think about putting my house on the market in Paris.
That's true.
So I'm with him, dude. I hope he gets all of the money. I hope his agent isn't his dad.
If he's dead, then it's a wrap.
Yeah, so I don't know. Kylian Mbappe, wow. That's the life you want to live. You want to be Kylian Mbappe right now. All right, Jimbo, let's move on. At number, on the top row there, Kevin De Bruyne.
91.
Just one of the best midfielders of this generation, so can totally live with it. Who else we got there, Senzo?
Cristiano Ronaldo, ranking of 91 as well.
Yeah.
Robert Lewandowski, second highest ranked player in FIFA with a ranking of 92. And then number one is King Leo with a ranking of 93.
And I have no problem with the top two because Lewandowski's now been doing it. I still don't think he was Ballon d'Or. I think Leo Messi will win it because a lot of people still don't realize that Leo Messi scored 30 league goals last season.
And you won Copa America.
And now, look at the mess. So Leo Messi was holding a club together by himself. Like, genuinely now.
Honestly, yeah.
And because the great Cristiano Ronaldo went to Juventus and it was slightly unstable, and look what happened. This guy won the Pichichi. He scored 30 league goals. Look what Bar says. This might as well have been Kaizer Chiefs. He essentially took Kaizer Chiefs to a Champions League finish, and he was the top goal scorer. Are you joking? Yeah, 93. That's fair. He's the greatest of all time.
Yeah. So that means in career mode you can get him to 100.
James, how does this work now? This thing, can you? Because I've seen guys have 100 rating. I mean, what does that mean? Is he the perfect footballer? Does he? How do you get to 100?
So on FIFA they have Ultimate Team, and that's where you can get like the special edition sort of 99 rated cards or whatever. But throughout the game, you'll never, if you play like manager mode or whatever it is, you won't get a 100 rated card. And the players don't get that many updates throughout the season, here and there. But it
hasn't really explained it to me the way you're saying it. As how do I actually get to 99? Like Leo Messi's 93. What do I have to do? Keep playing and winning every tournament? What happens?
No, so those are cards that you have to either ask mommy for her credit card or spend your entire salary on.
How much is a card?
You buy FIFA packs.
Okay.
Using what they call FIFA coins, or I think it's called FIFA credit.
How much does a FIFA coin cost? Do you know?
You earn FIFA coins through winning games, but then you can buy FIFA credit, and I think it's like $139 for like, I think 700 odd, which will buy you like, I think 1 or 2 gold packs, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't played FIFA in a while, so.
So 150 Rand, that's about $15 per pack, give or take.
And people spend money, bro.
No, they do.
In the normal gold packs, you don't get anything, dude.
So is this just 20-year-olds just spending all, like you were, James, just spending all your parents' money?
I'm ashamed to say it. Not my parents' money, my own. I used to spend.
Oh well, I mean, you
so
did
much
spend your parents' money as well. You had every single iPod that ever came out.
Apparently, yeah.
Not apparently. You the other day you said I had different colors of iPods.
No, I didn't. I said I had that original one that has the spinny thing.
And then you had the other one as well. Don't lie, James. You did say it on the show. How many iPods did you have?
I had the spinny one, and then I had the one that looks like an iPhone.
So yeah, you had multiple iPods. What do you think? That was free? Or did you have a job in high school? No, there's no way you had a job in high school. What do you think? Your mom didn't want that extra pair of shoes? Now, having said that, James, am I maybe the biggest hypocrite in the world? Because I had every single console you have ever had, you can think of on this planet. And if my mom didn't buy it for me, she would hear about it.
I didn't have every console. I only had like the latest one that had come out, but only years after it was considered the latest.
James, you're quite young, probably never heard of Sega Saturn. I remember I was the only person in my street with a Sega that could take CDs. Back in the day, I was the guy for about 15 minutes.
Did you say 15 minutes?
Yeah, I mean, people like, to be honest with you, way richer people around me, they had like 3 and a big screen a week later. I don't come from a rich family. My dad worked hard, could buy me stuff. I'm not like the other kids in the street. They just, like, we have big screen. In fact, we have 2 of those, one upstairs, one downstairs kind of thing. So, like I say, 15 minutes of heat.
I had a PSP.
Wow.
This guy had everything.
Wow.
See, he's a hypocrite, this guy. He's a liar. Spent all of his mum's money on
a PSP, the biggest flop in gaming.
And cost a fortune. Well, the PSP was the one that had a color screen, huh?
Yeah, it's the PlayStation.
It was the portable one. It was like quite long.
Yes.
And you could, it was a portable PlayStation.
It's Sony's answer to the Game Boy.
And then the Game Boy had, I did have the color Game Boy. Do you remember when that scam came out? It doesn't make it any better. I can still only play on this tiny screen.
Yeah.
I think I was born just after Game Boys were a thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Track Meet. Go and look up Track Meet on Game Boy. Oh.
Pokemon, dog. There's only one game on Game Boy.
Never ever played it.
More Super Mario?
Oh, come on. Who hasn't played Super Mario?
Exactly. But, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of... so James and I, a little bit of a hypocrite on both sides, spent all of our parents' money. And my parents are not wealthy, and there were lots of mouths to feed. But, they would hear about it if I didn't have the...
Sorry, last peep from James. Angela in the comments said Ultimate Team has made $1.6 billion from just FIFA 21.
$1.6 billion.
And so that's just kids like piling in money into the game to buy packs to get Lewandowski and Ronaldo. That's just packs.
You know what's incredible about the more and more I think about it? Because it is the type of dickheads kids like you, James, and me, who go to private schools, and Senzo, is that those are the only parents that can afford that.
Yeah, true.
Like most parents with 2 kids cannot afford to spend $150
just on your
he's
one
not a
pack.
player, and he's not even a real person.
But I've seen my brother do it. My brother does it though. My brother does it. Like he'll sit there on FIFA and he'll be like
with your parents' money.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't work, does he?
how old's your brother?
My brother's 14.
But again, there's a certain type of like middle class just dickheads who just think your parents, like just because they have a good year, a good 5 months,
And that's without game sales, eh?
1.6 billion.
Yeah, without game sales.
That's just little like rich kids or
No, that's
parents
James and his mom.
pumping in money, bro.
Oh, mom, I need it. I have to have Neymar. Like that. and your mom's getting up at 5 a.m. She's driving to work, traffic, potholes. She has to repair her car. Her sister needs money. Like, we don't think about this about our parents, right? Is middle class kids
We bled our
are the most disgusting humans on this
we
planet.
bled our kids. We bled our parents dry.
No,
bro.
because
we bled them dry.
like your mom and dad have family that have problems. You know, your
Like real problems.
yes, like uncle and aunt get divorced. They have a mental breakdown. You know, their mothers and fathers need money, and we're just like, nope. I need, like, this is me, right? I need 2 pairs of Copa Mundials for the season. What if it rips? Copa Mundials are like $4,000.
Yeah.
But I need 2 pairs. Yeah, but your feet grow. You're 15. I need 2 pairs. You know, like, and what are your parents gonna do in reality? You know, there's a line, and my parents are disciplinarian, but there's a line of mom. James, how many times have you done that whole thing?
Nah.
Oh, come on, mom, come on.
So and so's got it.
Yeah, and also, mom, I have to. The teacher said I have to get a new tennis racket. Meantime, you're
I'm a dog.
and James needs the Wilson one. Of course, it has to be.
Imagine so you played cricket, right? And you were good at batting. You know how expensive cricket kit is?
Yes, I do.
So you have to get that 5-star limited GM, that 5-star purist. That's like 5K, right?
Yeah.
Then you need the pads.
Back then, it's like
Yeah.
8, 9K now. Yeah.
Then you need the
No, you need 3 cricket kits. By the way, cricket pants are $800.
bucks. Then you need the batting spikes. God forbid you're an all-rounder, you need bowling spikes as well.
$3,000 for a pair of bowling spikes or a pair of spikes. A coffin. So I had a coffin. I don't know where my coffin
Yeah.
is now. The coffin's $8-9 grand.
Or God forbid you're a wicket keeper.
You
I'm
need 2
sorry.
bats.
Did you just say you had a coffin that you can't find anymore?
Yes, I know what he's talking. It's cricket talk, my friend.
James, this is so sad. Why did your parents send you to St. Stadiums if you're not going to play cricket? That I don't know. Like, I don't know your mum, to be clear. She could have saved herself so much money, just send you to public school. Imagine James's mom could be James, and she only moved to St. Francis. If she just sent you to a school where, like a Crawford or whatever, which costs half of that monstrosity that is
But it
St.
still
Stadiums.
costs a lot.
No, it costs a lot, but St. Stadiums is right at
Yeah.
the top of the tree. James's mom would be living on a yacht now, bro. And it wouldn't have mattered because James is about vibes anyway. James, you should have gone to Crawford, pal.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
No.
James, you should pay your mom half the money back for high school. At the very least. Because what the hell were you doing there? You could play piano and be creative at Crawford.
I only seem dumb. I'm pretty smart.
No, but you can go to Crawford for that. You know, Crawford guys used to always boast, oh, bro, we got cycle tests. You guys don't have no cycle tests this Friday. Cycle tests. Like Crawford, maybe get a uniform or a bunch of... But that could have been you, James. Be honest. Be honest. You could have gone to Crawford and been fine, eh?
No, I genuinely don't think so.
Why?
I think
You didn't play cricket or what? Backstage acting. That's what you did.
wrong. I was on the stage. Secondly, that wasn't a brag at all.
Yeah.
I think so. With schools like Saints, there's a ton of structure around how every day is run or sort of set up for the students.
yeah.
And I think without that structure, I probably would still be in grade 9.
Yeah, James, you do need... I mean, you are a vibes guy. You do need a little bit of babysitting. So I hear you. That's smart. That's one of the smartest things you've ever said. So your mom actually... Let me take it back. Your mom is far wiser than I am. She was like, oh my God. Did your older brother go to Saints as well?
Yes. Yeah.
And your younger one, no?
He went until grade, I think, 7 or 8.
Oh, that's when they decided to leave you behind.
And then they
'cause
decided to dip, and now he's starting matric next year, and I'm having an existential crisis.
Yeah, because you're old. I mean, imagine if she just sent you to Crawford or whatever, saved herself the money. Do you know how sick would that make you, James? Because for those who don't know, if you're just joining us on YouTube, click like, by the way. James cannot stand the sight of his mom enjoying anything. Imagine if she'd saved herself like half of Saints. What is Saints? I'm not even going to say the numbers because they are
Yeah,
ridiculous.
let's not go there.
Your mom could have been so happy now, James. Like, if I'm your mom, like, without telling you, I'm definitely crying a little bit to go, bloody hell, this guy's just, he's editing for a sports show. I could have just sent him to Crawford. Or homeschool.
Hey, dude, look, I could be living under a bridge on the N1. It could be worse.
Than this.
Yeah.
How low do you want to go? Than this show. You could be worse than this show.
The show is lit.
After your parents sent you to Saints, I can't believe you think you're on levels with this show. Incredible. But these
Vibes.
typical
Vibes.
James, huh? Yeah. No, listen, it's a brutal thing to have to say. Middle class kids are the worst
Yeah,
humans on the planet.
Our parents were hemorrhaging money.
And also, it's like people just forget. Just going to a restaurant, like you feel it now. It's like it costs $500 to go to a restaurant. Like I can't go to so my rule is I won't go out for a meal I can make at home. So I go to nice restaurants that my parents took me to when I was younger.
Sure.
It's like, oh my god, is this what it costs?
It's what, yeah, bro. It's
But James doesn't care. Mom, just keep paying. James, you pay for supper now when you go out with your parents, even though they own one of the nicest restaurants in the country. Have you ever paid for supper with both your parents? And be honest.
Genuinely, like for real, cross my heart, I have offered multiple times. They've
Nah.
insisted.
You didn't answer the question, Chi.
James, no. So I'll tell you what.
They've insisted. What must I do?
Don't worry about it. I'll tell you what, because I have done this with my mom, and my mom absolutely hates it. And I'm not saying I'm a better son than you. I'm just saying what's happened, and everyone else can judge for themselves. I just go like I'm doing the bathroom thing, and I'm paying because of course what's your mom gonna do? Make you pay. So next time, and no Spur nonsense either. Like, okay, Spur, nice restaurant. I'm talking about where the steak costs $400. Take your parents there, and you must pay. Just do it once. James, I promise you, not just to be big man, the feeling you get when you pay for your mom. Oh, are you kidding me?
Yeah,
now, beans and toast for the rest of the month, it's going to happen.
I don't have a problem with doing that. Like, you don't have to talk me into doing it. It's just, hey guys, let me pay. No, it's fine. But for real, let me pay. No, it's fine. And then and then by the time that's gone,
yeah, but
it's already been paid. And
you ever been on a date where the girl does the fake pull the bill thing? That's what you're really doing.
not once in my life.
Yeah, I've been on a lot of those dates. Like, no, that's what you're doing there, James. I'm telling you, next time, don't even bring it up. You're eating, great meal. Like, as you're about to, maybe you have a coffee or I don't know, whatever you're doing, you're on a health drive now. I'm not sure where you're going, green tea. Why are you having it before your tea's even finished? Oh, guys, I got to go to the bathroom. Oh, no, I lied to you. I'm actually going to go pay the bill. And even if there's a whole other bill and you guys still want to eat, I promise you it is the greatest feeling in the world to pay for your mother. Now, will it happen ever again? Because my mother's palate has matured a lot, and she also likes the very, very nicest. It probably won't happen this decade again from my pocket, because boy, oh boy, does she have a taste for the finer things. So
Is that at a fault of yours, or?
Well, I don't know what she's up to now, because there's no ways I can afford the restaurants she wants to go to. So, I mean, moving forward, she will be paying, but I have done it once, I have to be honest.
Well,
No, I mean, more than once, but you know what I'm saying.
you see, again, I don't have a problem. It's just the back and forth before and then.
No,
by the
don't
time
do
the bill's
that.
done.
Don't do the bill thing. Don't worry. You know kind of when things are coming to an end. Before the bill comes, you just go, you go to the bathroom and pay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Give it a whirl. I promise you, you'll feel very warm
Give
and
it a
fuzzy inside.
whirl.
Noted. Yes,
All right.
sir.
You probably won't take it because you don't take advice from me, but that's fine. That's also
Not
fine.
romantic advice.
All right, Jimbo, good stuff. Senzos Tebe. I hope you. I mean, you seem like a good guy. You've paid for your mom, before.
Yeah, I have.
Of course you have, because you're a good person.
Nah, I'm black, bro.
It's those things.
Bro, but besides that, I wanted to do it.
Yeah, James didn't want to. He did that
You know
fake
what I
thing,
mean? Because, hey,
no,
bro.
I'll pay. No. Honestly, do you insist? Okay, fine. Like, you ever been in that
Nah, bro,
situation?
it's, sometimes you need to make an executive decision.
No, because moms are too good. They
Yeah, they.
Yeah, no, don't worry. Like, mom, I'm old now.
You know, you put me on, dog. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You put me on like the ultimate put on, but
FIFA, bro.
you know how much FIFA goes for? You know, that's a story for another time. my boy.
Good for you, Trust Fund kids in the Estates. That's very, very cool. All right, tomorrow we will wrap up Group E to H in the Champions League. Sends good stuff today.
Yeah, the shot, man. Yeah, you too, man. Yeah,
Good.
but also coming is that top 10, guys. Like, you're going to be interested to see who they say favorites are and all that. So keen to chop it up with Paulo.
So tomorrow, yeah. I mean, no losers, no sort of Kaizer Chiefs, no Arsenal, none of those losers tomorrow. We're still Champions League talk. It's big dogs and big dogs run with the big dogs.
You know what I'm saying, fam?
Come on, bro. Senzo, good stuff today.
You too, champ.
To you at home, before you go, click like. That is the thumb that is facing upwards. If you don't like the show, click down. That is dislike. I like honest feedback. You know what I'm saying? My name is MKT Mbulelo Kayaletu Tinta. Ladies and gentlemen, for today, we are the hell out of here.